freshman, a legend in the plans. Please listen every day to the showcase. The opinions and knowledge that anyone can take. Showing you how it is done. Proving I am number one. What a legend becomes. This is now my time to show you that I am here. This podcast just to make it loud and clear. By the fans, for the fans. Not many whose head can understand everything pro wrestling. It can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinion and the lesson. Yes.
Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. And tonight we are going to be reviewing Slammiversary 2020. It just went off the air. I got a lot of thoughts about this show. Really haven't fully thought out the main event yet. We're going to talk about it and kind of give our review. We want to hear from you guys, though, so make sure you're commenting down below if you're watching live with us. And make sure that you guys most definitely show us some love. And by the way, for the first time ever, Derek was in the house. Derek, come on in, brother. Come on in. Show your face. So, Derek, you watched Impact, and you're going to give us your thoughts on this, right?
Unfortunately.
Let's start off with a little bit of that intro.
Yes, everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you.
Alright, we are here to review Impact Wrestling Slammiversary 2020. Do me a favor, guys, if you're watching live on YouTube, hit the like button. It helps it show up more in the YouTube algorithms. I know a lot of you are Impact Wrestling fans. If you want the brand to grow, I'm one of the few people who actually do reviews on this, on YouTube at least. Make sure that you guys hit the like button on it, spread the love, and if you're watching this after the fact, do me a favor, leave a comment down below for us. Other than that, I got nothing else to start this off with. I guess we can get right into the review.
Go right in.
Rob, let us start with the opening contest, I guess, to lead into things. It was an open challenge by the Rascals, Zachary Wentz, Des Xavier. Do you want to say who answered that challenge?
Motor City Machine Guns, Detroit's finest.
Motor City! The Machine Guns are one of the best tag teams, I think, in TNA, Impact Wrestling history.
Oh, absolutely.
I combined them all. It was good to see Chris Sabin and your boy Alex Shelley. What were you kept singing the Hail Sabin! Anybody who is a long time Motor City Machine Guns fans definitely knows that tune, though. But what do you guys think, though? I mean, was it worth it?
It was a good match.
I thought we saw great action. Lots of pretty dope double team moves that you could expect out of this.
Now, honestly, I did think that the Good Brothers were going to answer this challenge, but I feel like that would have been too obvious.
Right, and if you guys didn't know, the Good Brothers actually debuted yesterday for Impact Wrestling, so their deal must have expired the day before. We can kind of talk about that maybe towards the end, the whole Heyman and everything else that goes along with it. Good match, though. Good back and forth. Great action. Double team moves out the wazoo. For some of these matches, I can't cover every single move because it was great. And you're going to hear that for a couple other matches. But I thought Wentz and Xavier got a kind of pretty cool opportunity to be in the ring with some veterans. And Sabin and Shelley kind of have been, I don't know. I don't like when Alex Shelley's in Ring of Honor. I feel like he's just kind of a step slower. He's in singles action. I thought him and Kushida did great. I like him as a tag team wrestler.
I would say they're definitely better off as tag team wrestlers, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They can still go.
Definitely. We gave this one a B-. The match ends where the Motor City Machine Guns hit a double team driver. Looked pretty different. They held the guy up and then both of them dumped him down for the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. They get the victory, man. B- of a match. I thought that was pretty fair for the opening contest. Derek put the match was decent. Come on, D.
Hey, if that's what you're gonna get out of him.
I'll
take it.
At least he watched, right? Next matchup we had before we get into it, though, is for the TNA Championship. Before we get into that, though, I got to give some shout-outs to everybody in the chat. We've got my man, Original Biggie, in the house. Obi-Wan. What's going on, Biggie? I've seen you've been streaming a lot lately. B-Boy Skyline's in the house. Jocelyn is back. What's going on, Miss Jocelyn? Ace is in the house. What's going on, Ace? Connor. Yes. Derek's sitting over here on the side. He's just, pouty face. Izzy's, what's going on? Thank you for being in here. Broken said troll job. I don't know if that's for the entire show or what, Broken. You're going to have to elaborate on that.
I think he was saying trolling about Motor City answering instead.
Oh, yeah. Ace said the Motor City machine guns haven't missed a step, in his opinion. I thought they looked good.
No, they definitely look good.
Ace said B- for that match. Okay.
Yeah,
I like it.
Right
I
where we
respect
put
it. It was just because I saw Derek C- above that, which seems like hate to me. Let's see. Izzy said, I was hyped to see Motor City Machine Guns. That card was really good, and Derek's getting called Mr. Derek. You keep that shit for Wednesdays, all right? TNA Championship match, Rob. Let's talk about it. We had Moose versus Tommy Dreamer for this one.
Now, let's get a little backstory on this one first, because you figure, why are they doing the TNA Championship in the second match of the show? They introduced this title after Tessa took her title hostage, I would say.
Yeah.
Down in Mexico.
Yeah, I don't know what she was doing. What's up, Casey? Doug, feel free to join us. Casey, we're talking Impact Wrestling. Don't make me get up out this chair. Go ahead, Rob.
So they bring this title back. It's sort of like the FTW title with Brian Cage over in AEW. They introduced the title. It's like a placeholder, like consolation prize, but it means something.
Right. The other weird thing is, I don't know if anybody knows this, but Moose kind of explained what was supposed to originally happen with the TNA title. He was supposed to win it in a King of the Mountain match, and I think that would have made it more prestigious, but he ended up just bringing out the title. Plans got ruined because of the pandemic and everything that's going on with it, so it kind of sucks for him. Tommy Dreamer. Can I just say this, bro? A dear friend of mine once told me Tommy Dreamer is the worst surprise ever for like a battle royal or anything else. But I do think Tommy Dreamer serves a purpose in this match. Tommy Dreamer is that lovable, like, I always say lovable loser that you love, because Dreamer has all the heart, passion that you want to see from somebody, but he's so damn pitiful to look at, like when he's in the ring with people getting killed.
It reminds me of like Mick Foley back in like 05, 06, except nobody cares.
Damn.
As bad as that sounds. And I like Tommy Dreamer.
They should just put Raven on commentary if they want no one to care. Yeah. Let me see here. Casey said silently backs out of the room. Connor said weakest match of the night in his opinion.
I would agree.
Okay, Broken said this show still doesn't make me want to watch Impact Weekly. Okay. All right. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. Yeah, a lot of this match was Moose saying that he was this was too easy for him, Ace. But in this match, Tommy Dreamer comes out paying tribute to, I would say, one of the people who were his mentors, Terry Funk, who at one point used to wear Dusty Rhodes Sucks Eggs shirt. You can figure out what eggs are, right? The Weiblos, the boys. And when we talk about your Weiblos, the boys, we got to talk about the Lawnmower 3.0, don't we, really quick? You guys can get the Lawnmower 3.0 by going to manscaped.com, putting in that promo code EPW Show, all one word, and get yourselves 20% off and free delivery. Now, you guys can use this puppy, the Lawnmower 3.0. It works wonders. You turn it on, it's got a little light to it. It looks good. It looks good. You guys are going to want to use this. Pick up all your essentials and all the accessories that you guys could think of. You guys can get the ball deodorant, the crop preserver. You can get the newspaper, the bag that it comes in. I don't have to tell you guys. Go to manscaped.com, put in the promo code EPW Show, 20%. Also, I am the best transition man in the game, so we're just going to move right along to also powerslam.tv. You guys put in the promo code EPW Show, 1 month free independent wrestling on your boy. So if you're ever bored during this time, put it in. Help a brother out, all right? And last but not least, big shout out to my good friends, Everything College Basketball. Back to Tommy Dreamer versus Moose.
Chill, Conrad, chill.
So, Terry Funk wore a shirt that said Dusty Rhodes sucks eggs. Tommy Dreamer came out. He wore one that says Moose sucks eggs. It's the Weiblos. It's what we just talked about. The Lawnmower 3.0. Uh-huh.
The meat and two veg.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We can leave it right there. What did you think of this match? This was like an ECW match. Tommy Dreamer had to have the weapons and everything else in it. I think that's just a gimme in his matches at this point.
I would say it was fun to watch Tommy Dreamer get the crap beat out of him.
Did. I mean, that's what you want to see out of this.
It was a car crash match.
Right. And I think Dreamer does a good job. He runs House of Hardcore and everything else. Dreamer is just a guy who wants to be there, I think, in pro wrestling, and I'm glad that he gets to work with everyone. I think he teaches a lot of people things. He's always had, like, a backstage role in any company he's been with. This match was decent. The thumbtack spot, what did you think of that? Where Dreamer almost had his face pushed in, Moose stops him.
Oh, he pushed him in. If I was Dreamer, he's Mr. Hardcore, Mr. ECW, why don't you just grab a handful of thumbtacks and, like, hit him in the stomach with it or something? Defend yourself.
Hold on. Those watching on YouTube, I have to turn to Derek real quick. Really, bro? Derek's comment, last comment, will be strike from the records.
Can't delete it. He's a mod. I know.
Son of a... But they did a really good thing here. I like that Moose at one point goes up to the top rope and he does like a float over. Like he looked like he was going to do like a crossbody, but Tommy Dreamer turned into a cutter on top of a trash can. Best spot in the match, I thought. But the match ends after Moose throws Dreamer's face into those tacks, and he hits the no jackhammers needed, which is a spear that you see Bobby Lashley often use as well. 1, 2, 3. He retains the TNA Championship. Could you care about this belt? Do you think it's pointless?
I like the design of the belt. That's about it.
The newly updated kind of design? Yeah. I mean, it's all right. We gave this a C.
I was saying C-, but...
It was C, I think. I'm trying to be kind because they did some crazy stuff in this. This is a family product, damn it. Tell him, Obi-Wan. Tell him. Next up, we have Johnny Swinger. If you guys do not know who Johnny Swinger is, go into the WCW archives of Nitro. This guy lost many of times on Nitro. Johnny Swinger is doing his thing, man. I don't know. He just showed up here. What do you think of Johnny Swinger? He's been in Impact for what, a few months now, over a year almost?
Yeah, he has a nice veteran presence.
I guess. It's just weird to see him in there. And the interviewer was looking for the Good Brothers like throughout the entire night. And Johnny Swinger's just pulling up in BMW trucks.
Jaguar truck. It's funny. The girl asked, how did you get a Jaguar? They said it was for Anderson. I didn't see Ole around.
El Terrible. How did Ole Anderson get a pay-per-view mentioned in 2020? I was going to say something bad about Ole, but I'm just going to refrain. So, let's see here. Jocelyn said, it's been a while since I've seen thumbtacks in the match. Yeah, it's been a little bit since we've seen them, especially in TNA. It's not the same without Abyss, though, I feel. I miss the monster.
It all depends where the matches are taking place, too, because there's a lot of commissions out nowadays that don't like blatant blood spots.
Matt Lopez, what's going on, brother? Good to have you in here, Matt. He said the white strap looks nice with the Impact title. The TNA Championship. When I saw that, I instantly thought, like, this feels like one of those title belts that you need to check out the website's credibility when you see it, like the white strap on it. I don't know. It looked nice, but I don't know. Once you got closer up on it, I wasn't feeling it. What did Jordan right here? Consequences Dose agrees with Mr. Derek. Oh, gosh. Let's see here. We are building to a TNA Impact title for title match, Matt thinks. I can see that. I can see that.
And Moose and Eddie Edwards do have history.
Spoiler alert.
My bad.
Jumped ahead, but yeah, we'll get to that though. Let's see here. Bean said also teamed with Simon Diamond in ECW. Good God almighty. Bean's coming with the facts. I respect it, bro. Let's get to this Knockouts Gauntlet match. This was a cluster.
You know what?
Fuck. Yeah, I said it. I don't care. You can demonetize this. I don't care.
Right.
I'm speaking my mind. This was a clusterfuck.
You just opened the door for No Filter Derek.
No, I didn't. Derek's going to stay right on the side.
I'm back. Unfiltered is back, baby.
Knockouts Gauntlet. We had Tasha Steelz starting off versus Kylie Ray. I thought this was all right. I mean, Kylie Ray showed that she was a tremendous competitor in this. And Tasha Steelz from NWA, I thought she was a great talent when I've seen her perform. But in this match, the increments were about 60 seconds, it felt like. Sometimes shorter, it felt.
You know how battle royals go.
Tight in time. Let's get them out there, pal. So people were going out really quick. We had who we thought at number 3 was Taya Valkyrie, but it wasn't. It turned out to be Johnny Bravo. This guy. He showed up many times. Then we had Kimberly come out. Kiera Hogan. Susie. Katie Forbes. Derek, what'd you think of Katie Forbes?
Which one was Katie Forbes?
RVD's girl.
Oh, yeah.
Madison Rayne. Jessica Havok. At number 10, Taya Valkyrie came out. I had missed some of these parts, so I don't know the order, but then we had Rosemary, Nevaeh, Alisha Edwards.
Rosemary again.
Bravo as Rosemary. Like, this match was nutty.
It was all over the place, but I'll say when they got down to like the final 4, it started to come together.
Yeah, I can't remember who else was in there. I know Taya Valkyrie, Kylie, or excuse me, I said Kylie. Kylie Ray, excuse me. Was it Kimberly?
Kimberly.
And who was the 4th?
Not Kiera Hogan. Rosemary.
Okay. Oh yeah, and then the Bravo Rosemary. I don't know. He dumped out Jessica Havok. That's the only thing I saw he did. I think that's gonna be a feud for him. This was all right. It comes down to Taya and Kylie in the end. It's a one-on-one match. The referee gets into the ring. So this wasn't like a gauntlet like we're used to seeing. It was more over-the-top rope battle royal till you get to the final 2 people, and then the match begins. A la Monday Night Raw, Razor Ramon versus Rick the Model Martel for the vacant Intercontinental Championship. Boom! Why can't I do that today with wrestling? I don't know. So you get into this matchup. They get into the ring. Taya and Kylie, they really don't do too much. There was a Canadian Destroyer and then a super kick, and it was done.
It was nice to see a Canadian Destroyer not be kicked out of, and nice to see a match won with a super kick.
Right. It was dope though to see the super kick like not used as a transition move or some other dumb false finish crap. C+ for this. So Kylie Ray is the new number 1 contender for the Knockouts Championship, and we're going to talk about that match momentarily. After the match, they're talking. They're kind of getting their like ringside shot of the announce team, Josh Matthews and your boy Don Callis.
The Truth Commission.
Dear God, don't ever bring up Kurgan again on this podcast with them.
What about Recon?
Who's that? Bull Buchanan?
Sniper and Recon?
Yeah, I know one of them was Bull Buchanan. But we get a surprise here. Out of nowhere, Heath Slater just gets into the ring. And I think he's going by just Heath now. I don't know if he's going to turn back into Handsome Heath, for those who know about his FCW days. But Heath Slater comes out and basically says anything can happen on a pay-per-view. The mic quality here was ass.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that. And also, they kept saying, he hopped a barricade. There was no security and nobody to block him. He just walked up.
Right? They really tried to I'm sorry, I'm just reading some of this stuff about Twerk City is bootyful. Hey, it's what it is, right? Heath Slater, he got kids. Slater came out though, and I didn't know what to expect from this. I thought he did all right. I liked the video package they have on Instagram. If you guys haven't, go to Heath Slater. It's gonna be hard not to call him that. Go to Heath Slater's Instagram. Heath, whatever. Heath Slater is just who you know him as, and you can go to the Instagram. It's a pretty cool one, like showing him in his hotel room, kind of like with visuals and memories of everything. Check it out though. I won't spoil the entire thing for you, but then Rohit Raju comes out, and he is not having this. He says, Heath Slater, you're not coming here to get any opportunities before me, blah blah blah. Heath Slater is. Go ahead.
That's something they were pushing all night too, about how these new people are coming in, taking opportunity to taking spots. Do you think this could lead to like a old school versus new school, or sort of like a Civil War type thing within Impact?
I think so, because you have TNA. I think it was brought up by Ace in the chat.
Team TNA versus Team Impact.
Right. What's going on, Trent? Good to have you in here, brother. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's Jocelyn real glad to see healthier women in the ring. I respect it. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. So you have the opportunity to do TNA versus Impact Wrestling, and I think at the same time you could do the new guys kind of, or the old school people coming back too. I don't know how you want to set this up.
It's gonna be kind of weird without Jared and Abyss.
The main event mafia, kind of, you know. That's what it feels like. They can set something up with this though. I think that Heath is going to be a big player, though. He kicked ass in this. Like, I thought he looked really good.
He made light work of him.
He did hit like a little zigzag, and he booted the dude out. And then he wore a shirt, though, that said free agent. So it doesn't look like he's officially signed to Impact just yet. More on that in a second.
Yeah, I'm playing the field.
Peace. Next, we got the X Division Championship match. Willie Mack, current champion, defending against Chris Bay. If you guys have never seen Chris Bay before, if this is your first time watching Impact, you're in for a treat. I'm telling you, check out Chris Bay versus Alex Zane from GCW if you want to see what this dude's all about. But Chris Bay's got this kind of swagger-docious attitude. I made that word up just now.
Swagger-docious.
Yeah, and Willie Mack's just the shit. If you've never seen Willie Mack, he hands out stunners. He's a badass. I don't know why WWE didn't pick him up.
I have theories. But this is probably my favorite match of the night.
This was a really good match. I thought that we saw a lot of good spots, innovative, neck breakers from the apron to the outside. They did it all in this match. And if you guys don't know, Willie Mack can fly. And I love that they brought up the fact that the X Division is about no limits, not weight limits. And it reminds me of the days of Samoa Joe. And that's what I think of when I see Willie Mack, kind of. Like, he's the modern day Samoa Joe right now for Impact Wrestling. He can go in there with the heavyweights, tag team, X Division guys, and he can hold his own.
Willie Mack's just great.
Look at that. Derek said something positive. Mark it down, folks. Take a picture. It'll last longer.
Derek, what did you think of this match?
Yeah, come on in here, Derek.
So I gotta say this is probably my favorite match of the night. Seeing these two go, especially Willie Mack. Willie Mack is a big guy, and some of the moves that he pulled off, very impressive to me. Chris Bay, definitely, he was impressive too. This was probably my match of the night. I can't really say anything else about it.
You think it'd be sweet if Chris Bay came out to Hurricane Chris? Hey, Bay.
No.
You're done. Back to the side. Mr. No Positive language over here. Yeah, I thought both these guys did great. I will say at the end, I saw the botch that happened, but I thought they recovered from it pretty nicely. I know it was supposed to lead to the springboard crucifix pin. They kind of missed the mark on that, so they called for a quick audible, but Chris Bay then hits a cutter from the top rope, springboarding back.
Triple C.
Yeah, dude. Let me say this. So he hits the cutter. This dude, Willie Mack, sold that shit, like, on top of his head. It looked great for the 1, 2, 3. So Chris Bay is your new X Division champion. We gave this a B.
I'm with you on that one. And you remember before the match, they showed the little promo package of Chris Bay trying to lobby his way into a match. Johnny Swinger tried to get it going, but he started talking crap about him. You think Johnny Swinger is going to be next in line?
You know what? I wouldn't mind it as a veteran to see Johnny Swinger get an opportunity.
It'll give Chris Bay a nice run.
Yeah.
One thing I did want to say about this match, though, you know, some of the bigger guys in the business, you know, I would say like a Keith Lee, AC Romero, or like those bigger guys that can do stuff they're not supposed to be able to do.
Yeah.
Willie Mack has a hell of a gas tank on him. It's like he don't get tired.
Dude, I loved him in Lucha Underground. I'm telling you. I really think Impact could have utilized that deal more too when Lucha Underground was kind of gone. I would have loved to have seen like a new commentary team, and I think I would like to see Don Callis in more of like a general manager type role. I think he could just fill it, and he knows how often to be used.
Now, who was in charge of Lucha Underground? It was AAA, right? Or was it CMLL?
I think they had a deal with
I don't know.
AAA.
Whichever one it is, there's always some shady stuff going on with them, man.
Yeah, it just never comes up. What's going on, Steven? Good to have you in here. We're going to talk about that, Steven. Stick around, I promise you. Yeah, so we gave this a B for the X Division match. Backstage, we get into Rhino and Heath. They reunite. They run into each other. He's got kids. Only thing Rhino should have had, I think, were the Cheese Whiz and the Ritz crackers and the Cheese Whiz. You know how that goes. Shout out to Philly cheesesteaks, by the way. Mad random. I've been thinking about them all day. Next pay-per-view party, not Extreme Rules. We're going to definitely have to do something.
It's too hot to be cooking right now.
It'll be August by that time, trust. So, Rhino and Heath reunite. Then we got Scott D'Amore walking up. Scott D'Amore looks weird. Let me just say that first, with like the hair and everything. I miss Scott D'Amore from like 2002 with Team Canada. But I get it, times change. And he walks up, he's like, "Hey Heath, by the way, you're not officially signed here. We can't have you in here right now."
Social distancing.
Right. And your boy Rhino kind of makes like a promise to him a little bit. He said, "Oh, don't worry, I'll get you in here."
I got theories on this.
Go ahead, let's throw him out.
They're gonna be feuding. So I think Rhino's either not going to put the word in for him or do what he can to keep him out of here because, you're coming in and taking another spot from somebody that deserves it.
So who's the...
I can see Rhino being the heel in this situation.
Gore.
You think about it, too. Heath Slater, he was coming off of the sympathetic role that he had on that last Monday Night Raw. You don't want to talk about Raw right now, but...
Right.
He's got the momentum as a sympathetic babyface right now, so I think you run with it.
Yes. Let me see here. Matt Lopez agrees with you that it is too hot. Matt Lopez, it is never too hot, though, to have some delicious pastelitos. And we are going to try and make some Philly cheesesteak pastelitos. I've got recipes, sir. I've got recipes. That'll be interesting, though. I kind of agree with you on that. I think Rhino would be the better heel of the two.
He can get vicious when he needs to.
Yeah. Trust me, I did a classic ECW review in the archives. Rhino was involved in some pretty heinous stuff that I will probably never speak of again after I did that review. Next up, we have one of my favorite parts of Impact, the match for the Impact Tag Team titles, The North. They traveled to my local indie area, so I am absolutely a fan of these guys. Versus Ken Shamrock and Sami Callihan. Oddball team, but we kind of know where this is going. Today is the 1-year tag title reign. I think they won them at Slammiversary last year from Rich Swann and Willie Mack. Very interesting to see how the North have progressed since then. Like, they were just kind of like a good team, and they have become a great team, in my opinion. I'd put them in the top 10 tag teams, I think, right now. You can even argue top 5. I think you can argue top 5 almost. There's a lot of good teams out there, though, right now. Tag team wrestling is hot, and Connor, don't you ever say Philly cheesesteaks are only good without peppers. That's the main part. Come on now. So when I see this, the North, great double team moves. They are a classic tag team. I did not like that the 4 competitors in this match were all wearing black and white. I don't know. What do you think of that? Am I just crazy?
I mean, they have different body types where you can tell them apart, so it wasn't too distracting, but...
I just thought it was a little too much black and white in it, but whatever. And put Ken Shamrock back in the blue, man. Let him rock the old blue tights.
Where is she?
Derek, come on in. You got to do it one time. One of Derek's favorite moments in wrestling history is Stephanie McMahon.
Where is she?
Classic ankle lock slapped on Christian. For who had to yell? Christian snitched what happened, and then Christian paid for it later. But great double team moves in this match. I really like the ankle locks that were hit by Ken Shamrock in this. I thought we saw a great pile driver from Sami Callihan. And the North, just fluid tag team motion throughout, tagging in and out, not making mistakes. The only I will say I hated this. I do not like spots in matches. Number one, I hate Tower of Dooms. It's stupid. And I hate when everybody's down from it. I get why they do it, but just like, I think it looks ridiculous. We could find a different way to get there, in my opinion. If I was a wrestler, I would never say, let's do that. I'm like, no, that's lazy. Do something else. The other thing was throwing someone into your partner, then your partner catches them, and then you clothesline them so they do a DDT on their partner. I hate that spot. I mean, how do you feel about this?
If it's done right, I don't mind it.
It's garbage, though. Like, why would your partner hold you for a move?
It's not as bad as the whole we're standing around waiting for somebody to dive on us type thing. And
outlaw macho shit.
And what else? You tackle somebody into somebody to break up a pin. I always think
I hate that.
There's a risk of injury with that one.
Bro, someone's leg's going to get broke one day. It actually almost happened in this match and in the Motor City Machine Gun match. I thought Sabin was done. And they did it on Ken Shamrock here. Ken Shamrock's too old to be having that stuff done, bro. Don't
56 still coming off the top rope.
Bro, he did a dive to the outside. I was like worried for him a little bit. I was like, yo, chill out, Kenny.
He kind of hit hard.
Yeah. So we get into this match. Basically, it comes down to mistakes being made by the push in to Ken Shamrock and Sami Callihan. Shamrock says, "What were you doing?" They argue a little bit, push each other, and then eventually Ken Shamrock and him kind of make up. They're fighting off the team, and on the top rope, one of the members of the North duck. Ken Shamrock kicks Sami Callihan in the head to knock him out. This leads to Ken Shamrock getting a double gotch pile driver forward. 1, 2, 3. Is that their new finisher? I haven't seen the North in a while. Like, I preferred the D'Lo Brown kind of like pushed into the sky high. I love that finish. I thought that was great, but I'll take it here. Ken Shamrock probably ain't doing all that. You can't risk that with him. Gotch pile driver. I give this a B-. So I thought this was a really good second match.
I was saying it's a nice win for the North too. A win over 2 former champions, the first ever TNA champion and former Impact World champion.
Yeah.
I would say my favorite part about this match, no loogies.
Yeah, I thought he was going to spit on Ken Shamrock when they first started fighting. I was like, please don't. Shamrock doing these dives. He ain't PCO, Matt Lopez said. Big facts, Matt. After the match, the North get on the mic. They're bragging. They're the best tag team. No one can beat them. They're talking big shit.
Sabin!
Here comes the Motor City Machine Guns. They come out, Motor City! Hold on. Just for the old school TNA fans. What the hell were they pointing at? I never got that. They come out. I guess apparently Motor City Machine Guns have a tag team title match this Tuesday on Access TV. They're going to be taking on the North. I think that's going to be a banger of a match. So for those who aren't sold and you like tag team wrestling, here's a reason to watch Impact Wrestling Access TV on Tuesdays. There's a lot of wrestling on Tuesdays. Mm-hmm. Got AEW Dark with Luther. I mean, what are you going to pick, you know? And I mean that in the least disrespectful way. It's just there's a lot of, like, garbage matches on. NWA's been producing the, what is that series called?
Carneyland?
Yeah, Carneyland. So if you guys haven't, you like tag wrestling, like I said, give Impact a chance on this one. Derek gave Impact a chance tonight.
Unfortunately.
Quiet. Next up, Rich Swann was backstage. Injured, hurt. I don't know why this nosy interviewer is still looking for the Good Brothers. She could not find them no matter what she did.
Wasn't she supposed to stay out in the parking lot waiting for them to arrive?
She said she had a rumor that they were in there. So Rich Swann shows up, though, on the crutches. He's been injured for quite some time. He injured his ankle back at, what was the bar show called now? I know it was Jake Chris' brother who did it, the one who got released, Dave Chris, on a spot with Rich Swann, and he ended up hurting his ankle when Rich Swann was feuding with OVE. I can't think of it. There was a bar show that was on FITE TV, and it wound up injuring Rich Swann, so he's just kind of there giving an update about himself and what he's doing. I thought he cut a hell of a promo, though. He had energy, charisma. You got nothing to add, or are you reading
I'm just looking at the comments. So the palm is supposed to be the same shape as Michigan.
I guess.
Or is it the M here? Maybe? I don't know.
We're reaching. I'll look it up. Thank you, Matt. That's the most logical thing I've ever heard about it. Jocelyn said I gave Impact a chance tonight. Jocelyn, what'd you think? Give us I want to hear your overall thoughts towards the end. So make sure you put those together for us. I'll read it.
Yeah, it was a nice, energetic promo from Rich Swann.
Yeah, that's
Can you handle it, Mr. All Night Long?
All night. Knockouts title match. Jordynne Grace versus Deonna Purrazzo. Jordynne Grace, the current Knockouts champion. The Knockouts division is one of the best women's wrestling divisions that we can have today in wrestling. And I think overall, the last 10, 15 years, you could say this has been one of the best women's divisions, in my opinion. Yep, where the point is supposed to be Detroit. Okay. I'm so disappointed by this. I thought it was going to have this great meaning. But Jordynne Grace and Deonna Purrazzo, they're on our minds. Rob, what do you think of Deonna Purrazzo coming to Impact Wrestling?
I'm just glad she finally gets a chance to showcase what she can do because she's a great technician in the ring.
Right? She, Deonna Purrazzo, I feel like has always been like in places. I would have said Tessa for a while, but Tessa kind of got to shine in Impact Wrestling. And Paul Ellering's daughter, Rachel Ellering, or Evers, whatever they want to call her. I feel like her and Deonna Purrazzo are always just there, and I'm like, yo, these two are great. Like,
I was saying, they were warm bodies, especially when they brought Deonna up to the main roster on Raw. She was just jobbing out.
Yeah, dude, let her do stuff. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Connor says that this match was great for the Knockouts Championship here.
I agree.
I am with it, Connor, as well. This was up here. So Deonna comes in with multiple armbar attempts. Grace gets technical with some counters, going for move, basically.
Yeah, we're going back and forth, tit for tat. Can I say that?
You can say that.
All right, just making sure.
Deonna kicks out of a weak fall from Grace. Both trade release German suplexes. Was this Benoit level stuff for you? Benoit
I didn't hit it quite as hard, but you can tell the passion was there.
Okay. Now, Grace with a Vader bomb after running into the corner for a 2 count. Deonna counters the power bomb attempt into a double armbar for a verbal submission. Can you describe that double armbar?
It was like she basically folding her torso in half.
I respect it.
It looked painful.
That's what the virtuoso does, baby. Verbal submission. We gave this one a B. A B for the matchup. I thought it was fun. Like I said, to me, this division is what some of these other weaker women's divisions need. I respect that Impact Wrestling's been able to keep some of the talent they have for the Knockouts division. It's been great. Rachel is a free agent too, Matt Lopez wanted us to know. I hope someone signs her. Ring of Honor, somebody. Scoop her up. Bean says tit for tat is okay. The F word has already been dropped. Fuck it. So,
all right.
Fuck it. That's what we do here, man. It's gonna take it's gonna take them long enough to figure it out.
But no, this was a fun match, and it was nice to see Purrazzo get the dub.
Yeah. Moving forward, we have Bound for Glory coming up. October 24th will probably be the next time you see an Impact review on this channel. But Bound for Glory coming up. Rob, did you get any feels for the theme of this? Anything that you think that's happening, alluding to anything?
Well, it's like somebody said earlier, like we kind of alluded to, we got the whole Impact versus TNA theory. Bound for Glory is supposed to be their biggest show.
This is true. Unfiltered Beans, don't encourage this. Don't encourage Derek, all right? He gets enough airtime as it is. He's got a potty mouth. Trust me. All right.
More than just that.
Tonight, we have the main event match for the Impact Heavyweight Championship. I'm kicking this one to Rob here. And, Rob, you can let us know all about this one since you did the notes for this one.
All right. So
and hold on, because I see some funny things on there, and I'm not reading these, getting in trouble.
There's not too much bad things in here. So we have the Impact Heavyweight Championship. It was a fatal 4-way elimination match. I didn't know it was elimination.
Yeah, I think you have to do elimination.
But we had Ace Austin out with Madman Fulton, Trey McGill representing the Rascals, Eddie Edwards, and our mystery man, who turned out to be none other than Rich Swann.
Rich Swann was not hurt, baby. He came out dancing a fool.
Tossed the crutches. I thought it was a nice touch.
I like it.
And as soon as they're about to ring the bell, somebody else's music hits. Eric Young out of nowhere. TNA royalty.
Dude.
He's a nice guy.
Look, let me say this. I bet Eric Young. I've talked to Eric Young. I like Eric Young as a talent even. I just think that he spent so much time in TNA. Like, I don't know. The dude got a bad rap. I don't know what to say about it.
I don't know. My only problem with Eric Young, honestly, it stemmed from the whole, what was Daniel Bryan's Rise to the Top, where he was doing like everything Daniel Bryan was doing. He grows a beard out. EY grows a beard out.
That's not creative, though. That's not on him.
I know, but he was over there comparing himself on Twitter.
Yeah,
saying
dude.
Who did it better?
Dude, I don't know.
He sounds like Krusty the Clown to me.
Eric Young is a Buffalo Bills fan, so he's all right in my book.
This is one saving grace.
Break down the match for us, Rob.
Alright, so after Eric Young announces this is going to be a fatal 5-way now, start out, standard action, there's a lot to keep up with. We had a lot of Poison Ranas, Hurricane Ranas. Madman Fulton ends up getting banned from ringside, or else he's going to get Ace Austin eliminated, because there was a dive from Eddie Edwards, got caught by Madman, he slammed him on the outside, he kept going to attack him. The ref was like, oh, get out of here before your boy gets out. Somehow, in the middle of all this, Eric Young gets cut open.
Bleeding.
Trey Miguel goes after Ace Austin. They got their history. He's going in.
I love Trey Miguel's interaction with Rich Swann. I thought they were bouncing off the ropes like crazy.
Oh, at one point he hit this crazy tope destroyer through the ropes.
Yeah. Dude, that was so good.
I feel like he hurt himself more on that one than he did Rich Swann.
Let it rock. It's pro wrestling.
And then get back into the ring. Eric Young out of nowhere with a spike pile driver to Trey Miguel. He eliminates him. That was actually my pick to win this match, so I was already upset.
Really, Derek?
What's up?
I'm just reading Derek in the chat. Go ahead.
So Trey Miguel's out.
You were hurt by that. That was Rob's pick to win, by the way. That was my pick to win.
Like, I was expecting him to run with the young gun, but whatever. Eric Young hits one spot. They go back and forth. Eric Young has Rich Swann up for a power bomb. Eddie Edwards and Ace Austin are on the top of the turnbuckle. I'm thinking they're setting up for like another Tower of Doom spot, and who needs more of those? Eric Young with a buckle bomb. He throws Rich Swann into Eddie Edwards and Ace Austin. They fall through the timekeeper's table.
That was a good spot, I thought.
Eric Young, he goes for another power bomb on Rich Swann, or a pile driver. Rich Swann rolls him up. 1, 2, 3. Eric Young's eliminated. I was happy about that, but then he snapped. He goes after Rich Swann's bad foot, or bad ankle.
Yeah, right after he injured it, he basically attacks the ankle with steel chairs. He did not care.
He beat the hell out of him.
Yeah, he went in like a madman. Do you think this is a good look for EY, coming off as like the crazed person again?
I don't buy it.
What was Eric Young's best character to you?
Super Eric.
Continue reading.
Okay. After this, Rich Swann's over there refusing medical attention. He's like, "Oh, I'm not done yet. I won't quit." Lucky for him, Ace Austin and Eddie Edwards is still out, so he can still have a little bit more time to recover. Ace Austin does recover. He comes back in. They go back and forth. Rich Swann with a couple of roll-up attempts. Eventually, he gets hit with the fold. 1, 2, 3. Rich Swann's valiant effort is faulted.
Gambit time, baby.
So now we're down to the final two. Eddie Edwards versus Ace Austin.
Ace Austin now, if you guys didn't know this, has 2 victories over Eddie Edwards as well. Commentary team made sure they let you know about this, how it played into the match.
They let us know something else too, because Eddie Edwards hit the Boston Knee Party for a near fall, and he said, "Oh, this is a move that beat Bobby Lashley and others."
We did laugh on commentary with the and others got said. Yeah,
he hit the Boston Knee Party for a near fall. Austin Ace hits the fall for a near fall. So they're kicking out of each other's finishes, trying to build up the drama.
Another Boston Knee Party, and that's GG.
Nope, he hit the Boston Knee Party. He hit the Die Hard Driver too.
Oh yes. I'm sorry, I'm speaking out of turn here. What's up, Sean? Yes, Die Hard Driver was what finished him. So after another Boston Knee Party, he knew not to go for the pin. Die Hard Driver, 1, 2, 3. Eddie Edwards is once again your Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. How did you feel after that, Rob?
Like I said, I wanted Trey Miguel to win. If he didn't win, I was gonna go for Rich Swann, but it's okay to see Eddie Edwards get it.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
As long as it wasn't EY.
Shout out to Eddie Edwards too. He was representing the BLM on his gear tonight. If nobody noticed that, Rob the Great, we left this blank starting this. How did you feel about this one? Where do we go with this? I'm
giving this a C+, honestly.
Really thought it could have been better.
If they would have left it a fatal 4-way, I think it would have been higher. Oh no,
I was gonna say B-.
I'm gonna say that's not really fair. I'll say B- as well.
Okay, all right. So B- on the main event from me and Rob. Derek, how'd you feel about it?
Decent.
All right, that's what we're gonna leave that at. Hold on, we'll get to the overall. I just want to look at these and add these up real quick in my head before we talk about this. But Rob, you can give him the after effect match of the beatdown.
All right, so right after the match, Madman Fulton makes his way back out to the ring. They're beating down Eddie Edwards. All of a sudden, some music hits. Kind of sound like some old Sons of Anarchy type stuff. So I'm thinking, oh, we got Aces and Eights coming out. Great. Then the Good Brothers come out. Now Luke Gallows, this man's yawning already. Just the sound of Aces and Eights puts this man to sleep.
Hey, time out. I'm one of the few people who probably defend Aces and Eights because I like Sons of Anarchy, number one, if you didn't know. Number two, I thought Aces and Eights weren't bad. It had like these moments though. Like it was like an up and down kind of story.
Garrett Bischoff.
Yeah. So, yeah, go ahead. So, and actually, Mr. Gallows was in Aces and Eights as Doc Gallows.
Doc Gallows. So they make their way out. They get in the ring, and we're thinking, oh, they're gonna help Eddie Edwards. They shake hands with Ace Austin. It's like, oh crap, here we go. It's gonna be a 401 beatdown. He pulls Ace Austin in for a clothesline. They hit the gun stun. Shout out to Tamatanga. Hit that on Madman Fulton. They hit the Magic Killer on Ace Austin, and they share a beer with Eddie Edwards. We go off the air, or so you think.
So after all of this, they're in the ring drinking, and you see, like, how do I want to describe it? It's you can tell it's a 3. It's the logo with the little slashes in it. It looks like, and it's EC3 where he's been recording all of these videos. But it's not like trouble. It's not that EC3. It's this brand new EC3. And he had a glass in his hand and he just smashes it against the wall and it kind of just fades to black. Blanks out. I don't know what that means going forward, but
EC3 was great in Impact, though.
It was. Let me see here. We're getting some comments. Matt Lopez said he gave the main event a B. Alfonso in the house, you guys think it could have been better if they would have had some people at ringside to make noise? I said yes on that automatically.
I didn't really pay too much attention to there being no crowd because I think they did a good job with the sound, except for Heath Slater's promo.
Yeah. I felt like you had to get that right, though, with Slater doing it there. The Ace says the Good Brothers were in the house. Broken says Aces and Eights. Matt Lopez brought up Wes Briscoe. Sean Harrington, Aces and Eights began great in my opinion, just ended awful due to contracts expiring. I love Bully Ray as champ. I was surprised we didn't get any Bully Ray tonight. They teased Aces and Eights. I wonder why they did that though, and then they never brought it up again.
It's coming.
Oh, so you still think something's happening with that?
I think it's gonna happen.
So do you see like a new version of this?
I don't know.
You brought up Ace Austin maybe before, could lead it.
Oh, Aces Eights. That was terrible.
Aces Eights with Gambit. Hand me my staff. You're the vice president now. Let's see here. EC3 was on screen. Yes. Impact just tweeted EC3 is coming this Tuesday, Matt Lopez said. So we've got some breaking news.
We'll talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll talk about Extreme Rules tomorrow. Bean said, I think this is the darkest timeline version of EC3. He is going to kick some butts. Hey, Beans, I'm not mad at it.
I hope so, because I like EC3.
I do too. I feel like he's always been misused in the last company he was at. And
yeah, he was good down in NXT.
Yeah, he was alright. I think Impact's where he's always shined, though. I don't know if this is the final stop for him or if he's just doing the favors, doing the honors for right now, but I'm just glad to see him on television again.
Do they bring back Aunt Dixie? I kind of hope so.
Me too. I have a great storyline in mind, but I'll save that for another time for what they could do with...
It's not great.
For what they could do with them, but... I think you don't have to bring back Dixie, though. I think him being like this darker person as a character... being like more evil, more sinister, I think EC3 can make it work.
Can he make Derek Bateman work?
You know what? Derek Bateman was kind of entertaining to me a little bit. At times, he had his moments. I wasn't mad at it. Let's see here. Trent says, there are supposed to be more surprises during the Impact tapings. All right, I'll have to keep my eye open on that as well. For those of you who got to watch this for the first time, let me know what you thought of Impact Wrestling. Did you enjoy tonight's card? Are you interested in watching Impact on Tuesday? Did this do the job? Derek will probably be back for Bound for Glory.
Bound for Glory?
Yeah, right, D?
No.
So you'll probably never get Derek to watch this again. Rob, what did you think though? Overall score of the night.
I'm teetering between B- and B.
I teetered more towards B. I gave them the benefit of the doubt. We had some new debuts.
I feel like the title match, the X Division and the women's title match, kind of pushed it up. I'll say B.
B. Derek?
C-.
Ooh.
Harsh. Derek's a hater, by the way, if you guys never knew that.
He's entitled to his own opinion.
He's still a hater. It's my opinion. Matt Lopez says he's excited for Tuesday. He's giving the show a B-. Not mad at it at all. Like I said, I'd love to hear what you guys thought. I know Jocelyn said she had some thoughts. Let's talk about the Good Brothers, I guess, real quick to wrap this up. John L. Jackson, EC3. What is that? I think
huge.
Yeah, I guess that's supposed to be a huge pop, maybe. Dope. Sean Harrington said, I would not mind Impact versus AEW storyline or working in a temporary relationship. Speaking of that, Sean, let's talk about this Good Brothers story, Rob. If you want to paraphrase parts of this. We found out the reason why AJ Styles was not fond of Paul Heyman, as he said on one of his Mixer streams.
So the story goes...
And hold on, this is all rumors first. Let me say that, because I usually don't do this, but...
So it was revealed on this Talking Shop show that the Good Brothers do that the reason why AJ Styles called Paul Heyman out of his name was because apparently he went to Vince McMahon when they were doing all these budget cuts and trimming the roster, and he lobbied for the Good Brothers to be released. AJ went to
a source,
some source who told him that Paul Heyman did this. He goes to Paul. Paul says, no, I didn't do that. AJ goes to Vince. Vince said, oh, there's nothing I can really do about it. He goes back to Paul. He's like, oh, really? You just lied to me.
Or Vince lied. Someone's a liar, right?
I don't know. It's just kind of weird that somebody would go out of their way to get somebody specifically fired. Like, especially like a Paul Heyman.
Well, here's the other thing, too. They went to the contract store, so I guess I'll bring up that part. So... they were looking at leaving at one point and going to see what their options were. And they got cornered by Triple H one night. And the Hunter, Hearst...
Alright, we actually got a script.
Oh, you've got the script, my man. At the show, Triple H pulled them... Oh, wait, nope. Swipe left?
Nope, after this one.
Okay. At the show, Triple H pulled them into a private dressing room and asked, what is it going to take for them to resign? They proceeded to pour their hearts out to him. I don't know why I'm reading this like it's a vocabulary thing in school. They proceeded to pour their hearts out to him about how these could be the last contracts they ever signed, so they need to have security for their futures. Well, you know, WWE at the time want to be a baller. They were throwing money out at everybody because they didn't want them to go somewhere.
Show.
Hashtag AEW effect. When the match was over, he cornered them backstage with an offer they couldn't refuse, written down. They signed the contract offer that night. After this, the tag team asked Matt and Nick Jackson if they should still meet with Tony Khan to explain what happened, and they were told it was pointless. The plan was going to be this. Machine Gun music is going to hit. They were going to come out. Gallows comes from behind. We walk to the ring. We too sweet the Young Bucks and Kenny. Turn around. Everybody's happy. And then we beat the F blank out of them. And he said while they were detailing the pitch, it was one of the biggest regrets of my life that didn't effing happen. It kills me badly. I don't know who was the person saying that out of the two of them.
Carl Anderson, I believe. No, that's...
Gallows?
Yeah.
After getting the plan sent to them as well, a great contract offer for 2-year deals, a meeting was set with Tony Khan to chat for the first time. Dun 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 dun! Hurt a little bit to see that.
Yeah.
So was it a mistake to sign those contracts now, looking at it?
I mean, yeah, you think about it.
But if this never happened, though, I think the boys would have been all right.
Well, then you get to the whole thing where Paul Heyman was lobbying for them to be fired, allegedly.
What? Doesn't Vince make all the decisions?
Yeah.
So who cares what Paul Heyman says? I don't know.
If Bruce Pritchard don't like you, you're gone.
Let's see here. Alfonso wrote, used to be a big TNA fan. I think tonight was interesting. I'll give it a B-. That women's battle royal was a big letdown for me. Same. I was expecting more from it as well, Alfonso. Matt Lopez says, EC3 Good Brothers equal aces and eights. Man. Yeah.
I don't want to see aces and eights, but I know it's gonna happen.
Let's see here. Sean Harrington said, here's my thing. Vince has rarely listened to Paul Heyman's opinion or ideas, but the one time he does is to release the Good Brothers.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
These guys, especially AJ, for me, are dumb for not placing anger where it really should be. Basically, Sean's saying that it should be towards Vince. Paul has no pull. Vince fires who he wants. I kind of agree here.
I'm saying it's his side, your side, the truth. It's always three sides.
Big facts. So for those who are listening on the audio portion of the podcast, or if you're looking for the audio portion, YouTube has been very, very, very slow in uploading these live streams. I love doing them because I like to read everybody's comments, get what your thoughts are, put them into the show as well. But it's going to take a little bit, so if you're waiting for the audio version of this, it'll be out tomorrow. But we will be back tomorrow with an Extreme Rules review. That is going to be tremendous, so make sure you guys join us. We're going to be talking about the horror show and all of the latest happenings with that. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I don't know if Rob will be here for that.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's probably a no. Derek will be in the house for this. Derek will probably let loose on that show. He'll be all right to do that, but we had to tame him tonight because Derek's an Impact hater.
Any final thoughts, though?
Honestly, come over here. Hold on, let me read what some other people said here. They couldn't predict being fired. Good Brothers are hustlers, so they'll be all right. I agree. I think they're going to definitely work in New Japan and this. New Japan signed them. You need tag teams. Like, I don't even have to tell you this. Jocelyn says, very impressed. Glad that I knew some of the names and what they could do. Shocked about Deonna, mainly how the E misused her and didn't give her a chance to showcase her skills. Jocelyn, 100% on that. I will have to agree with you. Sean Harrington, I like the BR, the Battle Royal. I was surprised Kylie won, but I get why after Deonna won. Wilf in the house. What's going on, Wilf? Appreciate you.
Wilf?
Let's see here. Jocelyn, will I pay that much again? No.
Yeah, I don't think this was worth $40. But
I feel like their pay-per-view should be priced at $20. I'm not trying to be a jerk.
But they got to make their money, too.
I get it, but you gotta know your worth, man. I ain't paying that much for an Impact show. At least not without knowing what's happening. Like, we just knew there were going to be surprises. Bean said, I can't wait for this horror show. And he put I with EYE.
It's probably going to be scary.
There's a reason why I don't review the real horror show every Friday night. Anyway, Derek, what were your final thoughts on this? As best and honest as you could put them without sounding like too much of a hater.
Honestly, it wasn't that bad, but it's not something that I would mention up in a conversation.
So you're not going out of your way to watch this, is what you're saying?
No.
Would you watch it again?
Would you watch another pay-per-view?
Given how it was tonight, I would give it another shot. Just to see.
He's got to see the card in advance.
I have to see the card in advance. Like this one, I kind of walked in blind on it, so I can't really fault Impact for this one. But let's just say this: Bound for Glory, I'm gonna watch, but I need to see the card first.
Let me see here. Jesus De Leon comes in with an off-topic question. I think we're going to give this one to Rob. What are your thoughts on the AEW product so far? You know what me and Derek think. You hear us every week. Rob, I would love to hear what you think of this Outlaw Mud show.
For the
honestly,
for the most part, I've enjoyed everything that AEW's done. There's certain things like, the whole Nightmare Collective crap and Luther and freaking the women's division. And,
why does he always bring up Luther?
Because Luther is trash, garbage, horrible. The women's division has disappointed me, but I do love Sheeta. I like what they're doing with her. Tag team division is basically untouched. I feel like this pandemic has... I don't want to say it benefited them, but they they've been more creative.
Okay.
I'm enjoying AEW. As much as I might hate in private, that's just me giving you shit.
Yeah, me and Rob definitely go back and forth sometimes about it, and it's just usually lots of laughs.
I'm just glad they're succeeding.
Yes, and if you do like AEW, me and Derek do a review usually every Wednesday after Dynamite. I think right now, if we keep up until October, we never missed a show. So, yeah, good on us.
Yes, sir.
Luther Sucks just popped up in the chat from Matt Lopez.
And these are facts.
Speaking of facts, guys, we're going to be back tomorrow, so please, if you didn't, hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed what we did today. If not, come back tomorrow, give us another chance. We'll review WWE Extreme Rules, the horror show. I cannot say that without cringing a little bit. But we'll be reviewing the show.
Pal.
This is either going to be a really great show or a really bad show for us to review, is how I feel about it. We'll see how the CGI and the cinematic movies all play out.
I think Ziggler and McIntyre might be alright.
I think so.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think Ray and Seth could be really good or really bad.
Oh, it's going to be a good match, but then the whole ripping your eye out thing. If they do it, I kind of hope they do it like a... like Mortal Kombat type, just go over the top with it.
Yeah.
Or do like Friday the 13th.
Something.
Big facts. But guys, thank you so much for listening to this Impact Wrestling review. We will be back next time for Impact Wrestling, talking Bound for Glory more than likely. So make sure you guys check us out. For myself, Rob, D, we're out. Peace.
Everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast for the people, the best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinions, the lesson, yes. By the fans, for the fans, not many in this can understand, this the podcast to show you who I am, Conrad Cushman, the legend in the plans, please listen every day to the showcase, the opinions and knowledge that anyone can take, showing you how it is done, proving I am number one, what a legend becomes. This is now my time to show you that I am here. This podcast just to make it loud and clear. By the fans, for the fans, not many who's here can understand everything pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people, the best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinion and the lesson, yes. Everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast for the people, the best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinions, the lesson, yes.
Are you looking for the newest and hottest in the world of pro wrestling? Then check out the amazing action on Powerslam.tv, the biggest indie pro wrestling channel in the world. Get over 6,000 hours of the best events from over 150 of your favorite promotions from 20 different countries around the globe. Brands like Progress Wrestling, Evolve Wrestling, Combat Zone, Defy, PCW Ultra, PWX, Over the Top, Shine, and hundreds of others with fresh content added every day for only $5.99 per month. Get your free trial today at Powerslam.tv.
Everything Pro Wrestling, it's your boys from the Everything College Basketball Podcast and Facebook group. I'm Josh Burton, letting you all know that if you like the college game, that there's only one spot to come find all you need to know.
Yep, Josh, Peyton, and myself, Tyler. We are the three voices of ECB podcast and Facebook group. Peyton, tell them where they can find us and listen to us at.
Well, Tyler, you can find us on Anchor, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and all other podcast hosting sites. Also, go join our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups like Everything College Basketball. So if you want everything you need to know about the collegiate game or have a passion for it, there's only one spot that you need to check out on a weekly basis or a daily basis with the Facebook group. That's Everything College Basketball. Now let's get back to Conrad informing you on everything pro wrestling and the workings around it.
Brother.